Hey everybody, thanks again for tuning in. Time for a new collection pickup video. Before we get started, we're making that push for 2,000 subs. Most of my viewers aren't subscribers yet, so if you're not, that's all we ever ask. Just be a subscriber to the channel. It supports us greatly. Okay, you've got a stack here. It's in no particular order, so we're just going to randomly go through it. I promised to do another video prior to this one, but I just need to get this one out of the way so I can get the stuff put away, sorted, deciding exactly what I'm keeping and not, and take it from there. So stay tuned for that new video after this one. But in the meantime, let's get started. I grabbed two different controllers for the PS3. This is the second one that I've ever grabbed in this style. It's the, I call it like the Minecraft camo PS3 controller. I do have another one of these. It doesn't work. It doesn't seem to want to charge properly, but this one, even though it's untested yet, buttons are all good. Sticks aren't sticky. You know, sometimes they get that gummy feel. They move nicely. It's a really nice looking controller. Hopefully when I get around to finally testing it, it works properly. And then along with this one, I grabbed this one because I just thought it looked really, I like the color of it. And I don't believe I have one in this particular color yet. It is pink. So two Sony PS3 controllers for the collection. I'm definitely going to keep both because I know I don't have working, provided they both work. I know, actually, I might have one of these already. I'll have to double check. But nevertheless, I'm going to keep both. I just like how clean they are. And yeah, you can never have enough PS3 controllers. Okay, we're just going to randomly just grab here and take it from there. This I am keeping. This reminded me, I have seen this once when I was a lot younger. And I remember, you know, if you're a fan of like Clash of the Titans or Jason and the Argonauts, you know, they were created, if you've seen them, they were created with like that stop motion sort of claymation style of characters. Not the main characters, but like the bad guys that they would fight, right? So this is the Golden Voyage of Sinbad, and this follows along that same line. If you can see on the back there, I don't know how well it's going to turn out. But, you know, you've got Sinbad on one of his, he goes on one of his voyages, and obviously he comes across some strange lands and has to fight certain mythical creatures, beings, supernatural. So yeah, I've only seen this like once or twice as a kid, and I just remembered it. You know, I saw it at the same time as I did with Clash of the Titans, and it just really stuck with me. So finally found a Blu-ray copy. Wasn't looking for one. You know, I wasn't hunting one down specifically, but I knew if I ever came across one, I'd want to add it to the collection. So finally, after all those years. This is a 2-pack Blu-ray. I surprisingly like the second movie better than the first one. This is Vin Diesel. This is the Riddick collection consisting of the two movies, Pitch Black, and then the second one, Chronicles of Riddick. And I think they wanted to make another one. They wanted to make it into sort of a trilogy, but I don't know what the issue was in terms of if it was like a funding issue or maybe Vin Diesel had some issues with it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So there's Pitch Black. And then there's Riddick. And this one's Dark Fury. I don't know what that is. Never seen that one, so I'll have to look into that. But I definitely enjoyed the Chronicles of Riddick movie better than Pitch Black. Pitch Black was still good, but it had a lot of like weird side characters. I think that sort of like detracted from the whole Riddick thing. In that movie, almost Riddick wasn't the main character, even though he sort of was. The other characters seem to take over more of the screen time. So check out Chronicles of Riddick, though, if you haven't seen that one. Pitch Black, you can sort of maybe pass on. This is another concert I'm adding to my live concert footage collection. This is the Wildlife concert by John Denver. Celebrating John Denver's greatest hits. Wildlife digital. With flawless digital video and crystal clear surround sound. Once in a lifetime event with John. There's candid interviews, special wildlife footage. So interviews all mixed along with obviously live concert footage. And I like John Denver because it's sort of like, well, not sort of, but I throw him in that sort of, I guess you want to call it like bluegrass feel of music. And I think that's why I like listening to him. What is this? We got a game here with some tape on it. What is that? PS3 game. I made a list here of stuff I needed to keep, and I think this is on there. Tony Hawk Shred for the PS3. I've been finding a lot more PS3 games recently. Go through phases where it's like, sort of don't come across any good ones, and then arbitrarily I'll find nothing but PS3 games. This one involves the, this one came with the motion shred board. I don't think that gimmick really took off, if it was very good or not. This is not for resale, so it's obviously it was packaged in with that, but still a fun game nonetheless. Probably even better if you don't use the motion board. This one I am going to be keeping because I didn't have it. SimCity Creator. Like I said, I'm not particularly looking to add to the Wii collection, but this is one of those games where I think it works well because you've got your pointer controllers. It's probably easier to sort of like sort of shuttle your way over your city map, pinpoint exactly where you want to put something, put it there. Because with the other controllers, you know, you're sort of moving it on a grid sort of basis. So I think with this, I'd like to try it. Haven't done so yet, but I think it's easier to maybe like slide the map over and then pinpoint exactly where you want to put your building. Let me know though if any of you guys have played this one. What's this? Another live music concert footage. James Taylor live at the Beacon Theater. Picked this up. I just thought it'd be interesting. I do like certain James Taylor songs. I prefer more of his older stuff as opposed to later. But he's always had a great voice. You know, where some of his hits there. Every Day, How Sweet It Is, Fire and Rain, I Like Me and My Guitar, You've Got a Friend, obviously. This is surprisingly actually missing a lot of good songs, which is a good thing because it's interesting to see. You know, it gets a little boring sometimes when you hear the same constant hits over and over again. So this could be a real good way to introduce yourself. 1998, James Taylor and his band took the stage of New York's Beacon Theater for an extraordinary concert of greatest hits, personal favorites, and live surprises. Cool. Trying to look here. See what was in the stack. Lego Worlds. I've never really gotten into or deeply anyway, into the Lego games, aside from like, Lego Star Wars and stuff. So thought this might be interesting. Again, I still don't have an Xbox One, so even though I'm building up an Xbox One collection, one day I might get around to playing those. Oh, am I going to keep this one? I think I am. The Incredibles for the GameCube. I rarely come across GameCube games. This is one I don't have, so yeah, we will throw that into the pile. I like the movie. The movie is actually really good, surprisingly. And yeah, we'll have to check out that gameplay. I never come across GameCube games. It's very rare, at least where I'm situated. This one I'm definitely keeping. This is for the OG Xbox collection. It's surprising. I'm finding a lot more people are wanting to pick out the Xbox games. I think they're finding them more desirable. A little harder to find the good ones. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. Now, that doesn't mean that the gameplay is going to be fantastic. But with the Xbox being a bit of an older system now, it's kind of interesting to... What is that? That's a pretty thick book. Oh, that's it. I'll just show you this briefly. It looks like the book is done like... You know how Indiana Jones did like his diary and stuff, and they would make personal notes. So I guess it would only make sense that, they would do something like that for this. It's a real nice touch, actually. That's from the first movie, isn't it? Or the second one? It was that girl that was the dancer, right? Willie. Willie. Was that the second one? And then, I don't know what this is, some sort of poster card. Cool. That I'm definitely keeping. This was a nice find. I didn't have this one yet, so I'm a big fan of the artist. And again, throw it in that live concert footage. This is the Boss and his band live in New York City. And surprisingly, he's actually currently on tour now. Springsteen just finished North America, the first leg of North America. He's now currently over in Europe, and I think he is currently playing in Spain right now. And I wanted to grab tickets for this tour because, he's getting up there in age, and I've only seen him once in Toronto. But ticket prices were just like ridiculous, right? Especially for the kind of seats that I normally would buy for past concerts. So in the end, I'm going to just maybe pick up a couple live CDs from the fan sites. And if I can find any concert footage, maybe I'll buy some of that as well. This one is cool. I've got, I've got 1 and 3, and now I've got season 2. This is The Muppet Show, season 2. And it's got, Miss Piggy's got, this is actually like, velvet, fuzzy stuff. So cool. Loved watching The Muppet Show. This has, 24 episodes. Loved it as a kid. Big fan of Jim Henson. Everything that he does, or did. Just something about The Muppet Show, man. I don't think I fully understood it as a kid when it was on. I found it enjoyable, and then as I grew older, obviously I appreciated it more on an adult level than I did at a child level, right? So, Muppet Show season 2. Still sealed. What is this? Well, originally you could have bought this for $5. Zeppelin song remains the same. don't know. I'm looking at my sheet here. I do have this already. I just don't have it sealed. That's what it was. Okay. So I'll probably sell this one off. But you know what? Zeppelin was weird. It's one of those bands that I never thought sounded really good live for some reason. But certain parts of certain songs did, obviously, but I think the overall performance, I think, never lived up to their studio recordings. If that makes any sense. I only know like one or two songs from this band, but this is another live concert. This is from the Garden State in 1981, and I picked it up because I want to get more into him. The Marshall Tucker Band, live from the Garden State. And obviously, like, they've got their big hit. Where is it here? It's time special. Fire the Mountain. Oh, Can't You See? Sorry, yeah. But and I only vaguely know a couple of the other songs, so it'd be good maybe just to get. If I watch stuff live, I tend to get a better appreciation for it. And they're a pretty good band too, so that'll be a nice listen to at some point. Oh, another GameCube game. I'm not going to keep this one. Winnie the Pooh's Rumbly Tumbly Adventure. But again, it's GameCube, and when you sort of come across them cheap enough, you just kind of grab them, right? Still sealed. That's weird. I picked this up for part of the horror collection. I don't think I've seen either of these movies. Legacy, The Blood, and The Devil's Wedding Night. Elvira's Movie Macabre double feature. This is probably part of one of her, I remember as a kid, I remember seeing her come on. It'd be like at midnight or 1 a.m. or something. She would come on TV, and she'd be lounging on her love seat or whatever you want to call it, couch. And then she would just be talking about, she'd be cracking sexual innuendo jokes, and then she would then promote the movie of the night and talk about it a little bit, and then they would show it to you. So we will check that one out. Am I keeping that one? I think I decided I was going to, right? Here's another one. It's sealed, but the front is ripped a little bit. Count Dracula's Great Love and Frankenstein's Castle of Freaks. They don't give a date of when these movies were made. So Elvira was doing this back in like 1981 then. But obviously that's not when I saw it, because I don't think I would have remembered it. Cool. Some more game stuff here. Call of Duty Ghosts, PS3. This one I haven't tried yet, but I want to, because this is the one where it sort of takes place over various landscapes. Standard land warfare, water, and then there's a shot here of them doing it in space, which is the one that I'm most interested in. So one day I will get around to finally playing Call of Duty Ghosts. Limited edition Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Excellent game for the PS3. This is actually, I think this is one of the first ones that I finished in the Need for Speed series. Still sealed. Oh, okay. And I didn't have this, and I wanted it in the collection. 25th anniversary, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. This is one of those groundbreaking movies of the time where there was a combination of live action / animation intertwined. You know, Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future fame, and then obviously Bob Hoskins there, this is the movie that I think pretty much, even though he was a little bit middle-aged at the time or whatever, this one definitely catapulted his career. What's this one? No idea what this one was. I just sort of grabbed it for 2 reasons. 3. It's horror. I thought the cover was interesting. It's a slipcover one. So it's a zombie movie, Japanese zombie movie called The Sadness. So horror. This cover really intrigued me. I thought it looked really cool. And then when you mix it with the back reminds me totally of like a video game back cover of a game case, right? And it seems to have won some awards for horror, so we'll give it a go. What is this? Another live, Jimmy Buffett, live at Wrigley Field. 2-disc set. Jimmy Buffett's always a fun one. I've never seen any of his shows. I've been to his restaurant once when we went to on a golf trip down to South something. What's it called again? One of the states. Anyway, it was in the U.S. One of the states south of us here, of Ontario. The restaurant was good. Obviously, I had to have a couple margaritas while you're there, and a burger, which is what it was famous for. I just thought this was cool. Indiana Jones, The Adventure Collection. 3-disc. So all 3 movies. Obviously, it's Raiders, Temple of Doom, and then Last Crusade. I don't think there's anything special in the cases. Nope, just the movie. But I just thought the case was kind of nice. I didn't have this particular 3-pack. I think I will be keeping it. Destroy All Humans for the Wii. Cover's roached, but the movie cover or the game cover is still good. I just got to get a new case for it. I don't know. I've never tried the Destroy All Humans series. So at some point, I always see it lying around. It could be fun. But I didn't have that. This one looked good. Again, adding it because it is, I like some of their songs, and it's part of the live concert footage. The Moody Blues, Days of Future Past live. Obviously, the songs. I'm just a singer in a rock and roll band. I know you're out there somewhere. What else is there? Nights in White Satin, obviously. Probably their biggest hit. Moody Blues' classic 1967 album, Days of Future Past, is regarded as one of the foundation stones of the progressive rock genre. In 2017, on the album's 50th anniversary tour, they captured this show here live at the Sony Center for the Performing Arts. This was a show I definitely watched as a kid. This is the first season, still sealed. Starsky and Hutch. And obviously, one of those shows where an inanimate object was more popular than the characters, because I'm referring to their Gran Torino car, famous for white stripes. And I think the show starts off like with the scene of it. Is this shot in San Francisco? I think it's San Fran where it's done, isn't it? It's just one of those shows where, like, standard car scenes where the car would be jumping, doing some jump on some city street, coming down from a high point down to a low point. Huggy Bear, is that his name? Is that Huggy Bear? Yep. He was their jive talking informant. So cool. First season of Starsky and Hutch. Grab this one because it's just freaking cool. This is from 1988. Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction guitar tab and music book. So obviously it's all the songs from Appetite. And excuse me, it's also got the classic poster still included in it. That one right there. So that is cool. So the good songs, what? Welcome to the Jungle, Night Train, Mr. Brownstone, Paradise City, My Michelle, Sweet Child of Mine. So pretty good song set. Pretty good album, actually, I'm gonna say. All right, stock's coming down. Saw these two. I grabbed these because I didn't have these particular book covers. Got the books multiple times. I don't know, maybe 10 different copies. Who knows? Maybe more. But I didn't have this particular cover for The Hobbit. This is the 50th anniversary. So that's why I grabbed that one. And this one was done. When was this one done? Maybe 1981, if I'm reading that right. And then unfortunately I only had book 2, but I didn't have this particular cover either. So maybe one day I'll find 1 and 3, but 2 Towers. So a couple additions to Lord of the Rings collection. I never picked these up, but I just thought this cover looked cool. I can't stand the sports game. It's not that I can't stand the sports games. They just pump them out so much that they're sort of meaningless to me. Even though I don't mind playing them. I prefer to play the baseball one, but this is NHL 20. I just thought the cover was good, man. Austin Matthews on there. It's got the purple background. So maybe I'll give that a shot. I would have preferred the baseball one, but whatever. When you play, you never turn those down when you find them. I would have preferred Wii Sports, but that's what it is. This one, the cover is cool. I don't know if I'm going to keep it because I do have other versions, as well as, in my opinion, the first 2 movies are the only ones really worth watching. But I've just never seen this cover before. Alien Quadrilogy. Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. Nothing particularly mind-blowing, just the movies inside. Yep. But the cover is really cool. But like I said, I don't think in the end I'm going to end up keeping this one because I do have better versions. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. campaign, multiplayer, and zombies in this one. Again, I gotta get around to playing the first, or at least Call of Duty Ghosts first before I get to that one. Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction. No. I have played the Ratchet and Clank series. I haven't played the later ones or this one. But I've never played them very far or for very long. So I think that might be why they're a bit underappreciated by me. I think this might still be worth like even $20, to be honest. So we will see what we do with that one. I do have it in the collection, but mine's not the greatest hits. So I'm always on the fence. I know people like to have, uniformity between their games. They want the covers to all match. They don't want black and red and whatever else mixed in together, right? But greatest hits games, honestly, are sometimes better because they'll have all patches, fixes, all DLCs for the most part, kind of thing. So ideally, these should theoretically be the more desirable copies, and in some cases, they are more valuable. So some people agree. I think it's just the visual aspect that people don't appreciate. Listen, I've got this multiple times. I just couldn't pass it up because it was so clean, like really clean. Jaws, letterboxed, special collector's edition. So, not sure what I'll do with that one. You know what? This is a game. I have it already, and I don't know why it's not more enjoyable or more people want it. I think that the cover alone is awesome looking. Tomb Raider Anniversary for the Wii. You guys tell me, is it a bad game? Because it looks really good. Or does it fall prey to this style of gameplay doesn't really work for the nunchuck Wiimote style of gameplay? I don't know. I just always thought they'd be a bit more desirable. Yeah, I am definitely keeping this one, but I have no way to play it. So that tells you it's Xbox One, Burnout Paradise Remastered. One day, I will get to play these newer versions. I'm assuming it's an awesome game. Tell me if I'm wrong. Keeping this one of my favorite horror movies. It's so well done. Everything about it, the music, the atmosphere, the story, the characters, the location, the special effects, The Thing. Definitely one of Kurt Russell's best movies. I liked him in this. I liked him in Tango and Cash. I liked him in Big Trouble in Little China. And Snake Plissken, Escape from New York. So this movie is just good. If you haven't seen it yet, you can't talk to me. NCAA 07 March Madness. Again, sports game. I'm not into them, but I would like to try one of these. So I think that's part of the reason why I grabbed it, just to see what the hell the gameplay is like. Looks like it's good. I just, like I said, you play a sports game and there's sort of nothing. For me, I don't get the same reward as I would if I finish like an RPG or something like that. Speaking of Burnout, we got Burnout Revenge. And that other one was what? Burnout Paradise, right? Last two, I think. I'm sure I forgot something. We'll go with this one, Skate 2. Skating games are fun. I'm not very good at them, but I didn't have this when I had the first Skate in the collection, so now I got Skate 2. And then finally, he drives me nuts, Jack Black. So I should tell you what video game it is for the PS3. Brutal Legend. I hear mixed reviews with this one. Some say it's good, some say it's bad. Let's give it a try and see what it's like. You guys tell me, waste my time or not? So that's it, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. As always, I'd love to hear your opinion on any of this stuff, especially any of the live concert footage DVDs that I showed. If you could tell me if any of them are good, or if there's any other ones I need to be on the hunt for, please, that would be greatly appreciated. As well as don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. I'll talk to you guys again very soon.